So I put up this new fence this year. You see the wooden fence? So all along, you can see there's also maybe an electric fence there too. Sterling's 11. He'll be 12 in the spring. Got him when he was 6 months old, so I've had him his whole life. This little horse behind me, she's one of my mares. She's my little pony mare. This mare over here, she's another one of my mares. And way in the back there, you might see that speck. That would be Maya. She's another one of my mares. So these 3 mares live alongside my stallion. He's not a breeding stallion. He's never bred. Well, that I know of on purpose. There has been fence failure, and he's managed to be in with the girls, but I've never had any foals, so I'm imagining any attempts at breeding have been unsuccessful. But I want to share a little strategy that I created to help with his posture and have some passive way in his posture to help him with his body and his thinking on the occasions where he acts very stallion-like. And that would be, you know, when the girls are like flaming in heat and they're over there at the fence and they're squatting and squirting, and it goes on for weeks. I mean, he's amazing, actually. I think, I mean, when he is exercised, he's the most stunning of creatures. You know, he floats and arches his neck and postures and does that beautiful passage, you know, that we all love, you know, high energy, lots of cool stuff. But if you can see in his field behind me there, I have those blue barrels, I have some poles. I put those all there along the fence line, so, and I spaced them along, and there's all the way down the fence line, actually. I have these cavalettis, if you will. I put these big poles so he can't just plow through them, you know, he has to step over them. I put them there to help him think about what he's doing, so he can't run the fence line. He's never run the fence line in the past until this coming year, and I just didn't like it. It was just definitely a stressed response, and I didn't, you know, obviously I don't want him to be stressed, and so I put those obstacles in his way, and so he has to think about where he's putting his feet. He has to lift his feet, and at first, you know, he didn't. He was just plowing right through and over everything, and he wasn't paying attention at all. But he's really gotten to be quite a beautiful multitasker, being able to walk or move, I should say, because it's not always a walk, along the fence line in the cases when the girls are only in heat. Like, you see, everything is quiet now. Like, he's over there and he's quiet, and my mare is right here, my other mare is right here, Maya's all the way in the back there. Like, most of the time this is how it is. But there are occasions that you know, when they come in heat, especially in the spring and in the summer, you know, there's a lot of estrogen floating around, and a lot of testosterone floating around. And that's why it was actually last fall that I put up this extra fence in case anything happens and there's any kind of electric fence failure. There's at least some sort of barrier that's gonna stop him from coming into the field with them and causing any damage or trouble. And that's really the biggest thing that I want to try to prevent. Next time when I set up my track system, I will have him on the outside of them. It would be a more natural way to set up a track system. You know, but now what I have is he's really on the inside of the girls. And so you see his whole field, though. He eats all of his grass. He goes off into the woods and he grazes, and he's quite comfortable doing all that stuff. He's not always just wanting to be where they are, but he definitely is interested in them when they're in heat. So I wanted to just share with you just this little idea of these cavalettes or these things that are along the fence line there that you can see. I wanted to share that idea with you because this is just a passive way for him to work on his posture and work on his movement and multitask and watch where he puts his feet and be more athletic in an environment where, you know, I mean, I could just leave that open and he could simply run the fence line, and you know, then he gets all inverted, and I don't like that either. So just a way to help him work on his posture and moving in a powerful over the back kind of way while he is showing off for the girls. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit of information with you about just, like I said, like a passive way of helping him to be more athletic in his home environment when nature is taking over and hormones are raging. All right, thanks. Bye, everyone.